Hi folks, this is Ben from carrypad.com. I've got the Samsung Continuum here, and I want to show you a little bit about how the ticker display works. And the ticker display is that little secondary display down here underneath the primary screen. So first thing I'm going to do is show you the touch sensitive areas that unlock the screen without using the lock button. They're not actually marked on the phone, but there's a little sticker that shows you where they are, which if you didn't read beforehand you'd probably be very confused as to why that screen keeps lighting up. But basically, if you grab on the sides of the device here, you can unlock that screen if you get it in the right spot. And that allows it to be used here, like so. And the screen will also turn on and light up when you get notifications, emails, well, it's supposed to, depending upon how you configure it. The issue with the grabbing thing is it's really inconsistent. Sometimes it happens no problem. Sometimes you want to be able to do it with just one hand, and it doesn't always want to do it. It's inconsistent, and that's never really a great experience. Aside from that, the ticker display, I'd like to say it works as advertised, but it doesn't really. So I'll squeeze it here, show you. Okay, so right here you can see we're supposed to be able to get SMS notifications, voicemail, email, missed calls. Let's see. This is IMs, I believe, and then this button will take us up and show us whatever messages we missed. Now the problem is the only thing I ever get on here is perhaps missed calls, texts, or I'm sorry, texts come up through here as a notification that rolls up, but never on this menu here that is supposed to essentially count them out for you. I never get voicemails. I actually have 3 voicemails waiting, but they're not shown here. I never get email on here, never see missed calls, and never IM. So I'm sure that this is a software problem, and I've been waiting a long time for an update to fix it, but we just haven't seen that. I've been waiting a long time for not only fixes to that issue, but the fact that there's no way to configure this. I'm sorry, I should say the granularity in which you can configure the ticker display is not satisfactory. So I've got my Twitter plugged in here and my Facebook. And RSS doesn't link into anything, so unless you read RSS only on your phone, you're probably not going to want to use it. I use Google Reader, like many people. A lot of people use some sort of reader application, and they don't want to be out of sync with their RSS feed. So I don't know why, as an Android device, this wouldn't have well-integrated Google Reader functionality, but it doesn't. So it sort of makes RSS useless. Fortunately, of course, you can link into Facebook and Twitter, and it somewhat is connected to the Facebook apps, and TwitDroid comes pre-installed on here. I haven't actually tried using another Twitter client on Android, but that comes pre-installed. I'm not sure if another Twitter client will interface with this, or if they sort of lock you into TwitDroid. But what I was saying about being able to configure this, and the configuration is not being satisfactory, let me see if I can pull it up right here. Essentially, with Facebook, people want their notifications. I mean, that's pretty simple, and yet you can get pretty much everything but notifications. Let me pull up the list in the settings. So here we've got Facebook. You can check the Receive All button. You can do messages, pokes, friend requests, invitation, comments, but you can't just say, I want my notifications, which is a very common thing for people to check as soon as they jump on Facebook. So that's sort of annoying, and instead, pretty much your only option is to say, Receive All, and then you're getting spammed with messages all the time. If you go on to Twitter, you can say receive all or message, and this is buggy because I'm assuming messages means DMs, direct messages, but I can't just select that. If I select message, select all is automatically selected as well. If I unselect message, receive all is automatically unselected. So there's no way for me to just get direct messages or just messages. So I either don't get anything from Twitter or I get everything from Twitter. And I only follow, I don't know, maybe 100 people. There's people out there that follow hundreds of people, thousands of people even. And there's no way to manage that on this device. You cannot break it down. If it were my preference, I would say I want on the ticker display DMs and mentions to pop up so I can get them, sort of in real time. That'd be neat. But you just can't do that. And that's the functionality that I think a lot of people would like, but you don't get it out of the ticker display. Sort of making it useless. So beyond the social networking stuff and the text message notifications and email notifications that don't really work, you've got this display. It's a handy clock, so you want to glance at your phone. You don't want to reach up and press a button. It's actually sort of nice when you've got it sitting on a desk. You don't want to reach to the top of the phone and have to push it with your thumb to press that lock button just to get the time. So you can just squeeze down here, and when it does work, that's handy, sure. So you've got weather over here on the left, but again, this is another pretty poor implementation. I should be able to get temperature at a glance, but instead I just get an icon about what's going on outside. If I wanted to know what's going on outside, I can look out a window. My eyes can tell me if it's raining or snowing or hurricane-ing out there, but they can't tell the temperature, which is useful information that just seems simple. Well, I don't know why that's not on there. You can tap that icon, which will launch into an application that needs to be refreshed, but that just sort of ruins the whole point of the ticker display, supposedly being there to give you quick access to information. And well, I've been waiting for a software update, like I said, for the ticker display to enhance its functionality, and it has not come for quite a long time, and at this point, I don't know if it ever will come. So, this has been the Samsung Continuum. It's basically the Samsung Fastnight, but with this little ticker display down here. If it were someone asking me between the Fastnight and this phone, I would say go with the Fastnight. Ticker display is sort of pointless for the most part. If they want to update it and give it improved functionality, that would be awesome. But as it stands right now, it really doesn't add a whole lot of useful functionality to the phone. This has been Ben from carrypad.com, showing you the ticker display on the Samsung Continuum. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for joining me.